Hello everyone, it's Shel from Paper Octio Studio, and today I am sharing with you some experimentation that I did with a gel plate, this is my 6x6 gel plate, and some Tattered Angels products. I've been watching some videos and trying to get motivated to do some stuff, and I had out all these sprays and things from the project that I did previously to this video, and I decided that I was going to try them on the gel plate. So the first thing I'm trying are these ones called glazes, and they, by nature, a glaze would be something that you could put on in layers, thin layers, because it's translucent and thin. And in the case of these glazes, they also have mica in them, so they're glittery and shimmery and shiny. It seems to, the medium that the color and glitter is suspended in seems to be a glossy medium of some sort. I don't really play with these. Most of them I've gotten in kits, like Tattered Angels has like an aging rusting kit, or making antique paper kit, those type of things. And the glazes, they'll come with like 4 different products in it to use to make some sort of a finish or a patina. And the glazes are generally, that's where they came from. So I haven't played with them that much. But I have several colors, most of them pretty neutral and dark colors. So I decided to just see what you could do, because I was watching this other person on YouTube doing different, I watched several videos of hers doing her form of mixed media gel printing, where she likes to put on very, very thin layers. And I thought, well, maybe this product would be perfect for that, and you would get a shiny effect, a shimmery effect at the end. So I'm just trying all the different colors that I have. As you can see, they're very neutral. I have a coffee color and a clay color and a couple of different grays. That's a softer gray, soft pewter, and then the other one's pewter. I have that pea green color. I think it's called sweet pea or something. And then this one's different. I have a passion fruit. A couple of these have, I'm not sure why. I don't know why, but a couple of them have little fingernail polish brushes on the inside, and then the rest of them that I have seem to just be, you just can open the bottle. I'm not sure if the ones that come in the kits are just in a little bottle, and then the ones that you buy individually are in little things with its own brush. I'm not really sure why that is, because I haven't investigated these at all. But for some reason, a couple of them did have little fingernail polish brush type things inside of them, which could be handy if you just wanted to like apply it in a place to make something shiny and glazed, kind of like you would with gloss. What's that stuff called? Well, you know, that glossy stuff. I know I'm not helping at all. Ranger makes it, and there's one for Bodge Podge, and it makes something glossy. Glossy accents, there we go. If you wanted to apply it like that, you could. I don't think it's as dimensional as glossy accents, but it would give the same shiny effect. So I'm trying different ones, layering some on top of others, just trying to see what kind of effect I can get. Pretty interesting look. It looks very, you know, the things that I'm getting out of it look very kind of distressed and old aged paper type look, except for the shiny and glossy, which I don't know. Anyway, I was having fun. That's the whole point, right? I was having fun. Oh, the different types of paper that I'm using, I have cut down some papers into 6x6 squares, and I have a big stack of deli paper. And then I have some glossy cardstock, which some of this is glossy cardstock. And then I have some mixed media paper, which isn't glossy. So when I put the glossy bits on the glossy cardstock, it really makes it glossy. Like that one in the lower left-hand corner is quite shiny, but even the deli paper ones are very shiny. I like the weight of deli paper when I collage. That's the reason that I do a lot of my gel printing on deli paper, because it's so lightweight that I can put, layer after layer after layer on a project without having a lot of hard edges and, it building up too much dimension. And it's translucent, so if you put a translucent something on the top, then you will get a translucent look from it. So there's my glaze prints. I got tired of that and decided to move on to something else. So this box is my baseboard mists. Now, Tattered Angel has several different types of mist. They have glimmer mist, which is probably the one that most people are the most familiar with, and that's a translucent color with mica. And then they have one called chalkboard mist, which is a less translucent, more opaque base with mica in it. So it's a shimmery, more opaque color. And then they have these, which are called baseboards, which don't have any mica in them. They're just the more opaque base mist. And I tend to use these the most because I can use them in so many different ways without adding shimmer. Shimmer has its place, and I certainly like it, and I do use it, but I don't always want shimmer. Sometimes I want something flat. So I tend to use these quite a bit. So I decided to try a few things with these on the plate. Now, one thing that I do know from doing projects before with mists on a gel plate, if you just put it directly onto the plate, it beads up, and it's just not a very attractive thing. That was my water, by the way. I have a water bucket next to me, and I'm just throwing my stencils in there as I'm done with them because I'm not sure what all this is going to do to the stencils, so I figured I'd just go ahead and keep them clean. So what I'm using is Liquitex Matte Gel Medium as a base, and I'm putting that onto the plate, and then when I put the mist on, it doesn't bead up as much. And also it has the side effect of making the mist less water reactive because you're putting an acrylic with it. It's basically, gel medium is acrylic paint without any pigment in it. That's just what it is. And it's so useful for so many things. But this works really well if you want to use your mist, and not just the Tattered Angels one, but any of them, Dilutions or Heidi Swap or any of those. You can do this type of a process using the medium as a base, and then it makes the mist a lot less prone to pooling up, and it gives you that extra bonus of maybe being able to be a little bit more if you're going to use this for collage, you don't want a bunch of stuff melting off of it as you're trying to put your glues on there. Your glues are wet, and the mist, muddles up and puddles. You don't want that. You want to keep the pattern that you spend all the time putting on there. So this is a good way to do it. And I did immediately following this use a few of those pieces, and I was very satisfied with them. But you won't see that project until August 1st because it was my Tattered Angels, or not Tattered Angels, but Canvas Corp Brand's Traveling Art Journal page. So those come out on the 1st of the month every month. But because I was using the Tattered Angels products, I did go ahead and use a few of these pieces on my page for August. So I'm just having fun messing with different colors, messing with different patterns, trying to come up with color combinations that I enjoy, and enjoying the fact that this mist is particularly opaque in comparison to the others. Some other day I'll do this same type of experimentation with my glimmer mists and sheer mist and things like that to see what the difference is. But for today, this is what I did. And it's so fun. If you guys don't have a gelatin plate, I recommend you get one. If you really enjoy just playing with color, playing with pattern, and if you like collage and you need, collage papers with lots of nice pattern and color on them, I suggest to get a gelatin plate of some sort. There's a couple different brands, actually 3 different brands. There's Jelly Arts, there's Gel Press, and there is now Speedball making a gelatin plate as well. It comes in all different sizes, and this is just pure fun play. I could spend more time doing more layers on top of more layers, which I really do enjoy doing that, but I was more experimenting with product rather than creating my finished pages. I mean, some of these are finished, but some of them probably need a few more layers on them. And I could go back in and just spray the layers on there with the mists through stencils or something, or I could add some acrylic paint, or I could do more printing on top of them. I could do stamping on top of them, you know, all kinds of things to make more interesting papers if I don't think that they're interesting enough. So I hope you're enjoying this. If you are, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment so I know that you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this if you want to. That's fine if you know someone who really likes to watch gel printing. There are some of us who will watch hours and hours and hours of people gel printing. I'm one of those people. So, and I have been. That's what I've been doing lately. And what else do I have to say? Oh, liked these greens. I tend towards more brighter colors, but for some reason, a lot of my Tattered Angels products are in more subdued colors, and I think that's because pretty much Canvas Corp Brands does a lot of vintage-looking stuff. That's just kind of their thing. It's old, it's interesting, it's peeled paint, it's rusty cars, it's old jewelry and perfume bottles, and making rust effects and things like that is really kind of their brand identity. And so that might be why I have more products that are in that vein, more colors that are in that vein than any other when it comes to my Canvas Corp brand. That would be Tattered Angels, Seven Gypsies, Canvas brand basics, home basics, and then they have a couple other ones under their umbrella that you can buy on their website. But I just noticed as I'm watching this video that there is a lot of more subdued colors than my usual bright purple, bright pink, bright teal type colors. Of course, I haven't been as into those lately, so I don't know. Our moods changed, our color moods change over time, and sometimes I'm into something else, and sometimes I'm into something else. Who knows? Like, you know, the blue period that some of the masters have had, or the green period where all they did was just paint in those colors. And then they got over it and moved on to something else, and that's also what I do. Most of my art is extremely color driven, playing with the combinations of colors and seeing how they go together, how they play off of each other is really what I'm all about. And form, but color mostly. So I'm probably winding down a little bit, but there is really cool paper that I made using this upcoming stencil. It's I think it's called Pebbles, maybe, or something like that, but it looks like rocks that have strings tied around them. I'm not sure why. That's just what it looks like to me. But the paper that I made with this color combination I really enjoyed. It was this lilac purple and then dark chocolate brown, and this blue wave color. I think it's called Wave. Came out really interesting. This one right here I'm talking about. I really like that. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but it's really interesting. And so I tried to duplicate it because I thought to myself, well, I need two of those. You know, having a piece of 6x6 something maybe isn't enough when you really like something. Maybe you wish you had done it in an 8x10 or something. So I decided to duplicate it. So I'm trying to duplicate it again. It doesn't come exactly the same, but close. So I ended up with two pieces of that. And that's on the mixed media paper, which is a more absorbent paper. So I couldn't remember exactly how I did it either. So then, you know, you don't get exactly the same thing when you don't know for sure what you did in the first place. but it's close. It's very close. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm pretty much winding down now, and I think that is it for me. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.